What's up, everybody? Hand Shawty back here with another video. Just wanted to thank you again for coming to check out my channel. I know we're just getting started, but I'm gonna keep working hard, putting in this work, trying to deliver some good content, unique content or quality, or at least just something different. And so today we're gonna do, as you can see by the title, I'm gonna do my top 5 least worn shoes. Well, I saw that ToNYD2WiLD and Mike Rich and some of the big shoe tubers have been making videos saying the shoes the top 5 or top 10 shoes they've never worn. Well, we wear our shoes over here, so that's not really a thing for me. I'm not going for a massive shoe collection. I'm going more for, like if I buy a shoe, I try to get rid of a shoe. So I'm trying to keep it right at about the same 30 shoes or so. So I try to get rid of them if I'm not wearing them or if I get a new one. So today, again, we're gonna do the top 5 shoes that are least worn in my collection. Well, I know like at least 2 of them, they definitely need to go. The others, yeah, they get worn sometimes, but not as much as they probably should. So without further ado, here's the list. Okay, so the first shoe, this is actually an honorable mention. This is not part of my top 5 shoes that I don't wear, even though I've rarely worn these. I maybe worn them like maybe 2 times. So I got my Concord 11s, and for these, I talked about these recently in my first Jordans video, and in that video I said how I really wanted these shoes since 8th grade. So we're talking about since 1995. I wanted these shoes, and I finally got them just about a year or so ago whenever they came out on this last release. I hit on a pair, and it probably took me about 2 or 3 months before I found the perfect outfit that I wanted to wear with these shoes. And I wore them that one time, and I may have worn them just one more other time. I'm not even sure if I actually wore them even a second time. The reason why these are honorable mention is because I'm definitely gonna wear them. I'm definitely gonna keep them. I love the shoe. I just really haven't had a lot of opportunities to wear them, or that I felt like I really wanted to crack them out. So these shoes are pretty much sitting, again, worn just a couple of times. And that's why these are gonna be on this list for at least worn shoes. Probably the best shoe on this list, but it has to get honorable mention because I don't wear them a lot, and I probably won't wear them that much for a while. So, all right, number 5 on the list, we have these Adidas Tubular Shadows. So I know you're thinking like, what are those? Well, I remember when I got these, I was like, man, those look, and I kind of knew a little bit about shoes. These were like probably one of the first shoes that I bought when I first kind of started getting into sneakers, or the first risky type shoe. So these, they reminded me, I knew what Yeezys were, and to me, they look like the poor man's Yeezys. And I mean, I'm sure that's kind of what Adidas was going for on these shoes. And so I copped them. I figured they look kind of like Yeezys. They kind of got that same vibe, but of course they weren't Yeezy priced. I got these from Ross. I bought these from Ross. That was one of my first Ross pickups. I got some KDs and stuff before these, I think, but this was one of my first Ross pickups when I first got into sneakers. I don't wear them anymore because of the number 3 shoe on this list. I stopped wearing these. And so now I really need to retire these. I don't know. They look really crappy on video. I wonder if they look this bad on feet. I don't know. But I need to get rid of these so I can make way for some, I just basically need the shoe box that these are sitting in. So, number 5, Adidas Tubular Shadows. All right, so I know what this is looking like. It seems like there's some Adidas hate here, but I mean, it just is what it is. Now, granted, I got a few more pairs of Adidas. I got some NMDs. I got some Yeezys, and I mean, that's pretty much it. But for these though, I got the red Stan Smiths. Now I think I got these from Amazon when I first was kind of getting to the sneakers. I was like, you know, I think I want some, because I think Adidas were kind of like, they were popping at this time. This is when NMDs, Ultra Boost, Yeezys were the king. And so Adidas were the kind of wave at that time. And so I said, I'll go ahead and get these Stan Smiths, because it seems like that just seems like the type of shoe everybody should have. And I still do think everybody should have a pair of Stan Smiths. Perhaps just not the red ones though. I wore these a few times, and like you can see, like, I mean, all the writing is still in there. And I wore them. They got kind of some heavy rotation in the beginning, but I don't know. I think my flavor, my style just kind of changed. My likes kind of changed, and these shoes, although they look okay to me, they're just not. I don't know. See, they're still pretty clean on the bottom. They're still not in my rotation. I think it's just a little too red. And that seems to be a problem with red shoes now. Like a few years ago when the red shoe wave was happening, you know, the red Octobers and stuff, like the red shoes were in. So I think when I got these, it was kind of the tail end of the red wave. So unfortunately, these probably really need to go, but they're definitely at least worn. I'll probably keep them around and try to make a reason to wear them. But for now, sorry, Stan. Go back to the closet. But hey, your mustache is still legendary. All right, so number 3. So these, I feel like they replaced the Tubular Shadows for me. Remember I talked about these? These were supposed to be kind of like my dressy kind of shoe, I guess. But, you know, I don't know. I really never liked them after I got them. But these were supposed to replace these. So I have the Jordan 1 High Couture, or Couture Defiance. Yeah, Couture Defiance. High Couture Defiance. So these shoes, I thought, and I still think they're pretty dope. And I know they didn't, like, sneakerheads were kind of, I wouldn't even say they were polarizing shoes. Most people just didn't like them. Me, I still kind of dig them. Well, so the big issue was that they crease. And yeah, the instant I put mine on, they immediately creased. So, but I expected that. And to me, it's kind of like a church sneaker, you know? So you go to church, you need some sneakers to put on, bam, bust out your Couture Defiance. And I still actually dig these shoes, even though I don't wear them a lot, because I guess A, I don't go to church a lot, and B, I mean, I haven't really I've been to a few kind of high-ish ended type parties or whatever, and I did kind of bring them out for those, like, but that's very far in between. So I probably only wore these probably like 3 or 4 times. Like, I like this leather hit up here. I like the red stripe. I know people didn't like that, and they were kind of complaining about some of the quality stuff in the stitching and how the stripe wasn't absolutely perfect. Personally, if the stripe is hand painted on, I don't feel like it should be perfect. I mean, I'm an artist, and so I could feel that. I could feel like the paint right there. But I'm an artist, and so imperfections, it not coming right off the factory line, you know, machine made. I think that's what makes it kind of dope. That some little lady in China was sitting there with a paintbrush and striping every single one of these shoes. So these to me are still dope. I like the Sail. I think I talked about the Sail shoes before. You see, they're kind of dirty, but this was, like I said, I wore them like maybe 3 or 4 times. But anyway, I think this is a dope shoe. I'm gonna keep it, but it just doesn't get worn a lot. So what do y'all think about it? Y'all still hate these shoes? I know they went on sale. I mean, they hit outlets, I think. Probably get them for almost $100 now, so why not pick some up? I hit on sneakers, and I was excited, but apparently nobody else wanted them, so of course I hit on sneakers. So anyway, what do y'all think of this number 3 shoe? Number 4, I have the Jordan 5 Olympics. So I found this shoe at Plato's Closet in Miami. Went to Miami a couple years ago for my birthday, and I saw these. They still smell like a Plato's Closet shoe. And, you know, these had just kind of come out, I think, too, around that time. They weren't that old of a shoe. I knew about them at least. Okay, they came out the year before, or a couple years before that I found them. So anyway, I knew about the shoe, and I was like, you know, Jordan 5 is pretty clean. I like the shiny gold. I don't have any gold shoes. I don't have anything that's this flashy. And so obviously, again, the hero is this tongue, and you know, it's got the gold flames or shark teeth right here. And like even the netting was pretty clean on these. The bottoms were decent. I actually think I've cleaned these since, but I mean, it pretty much looked like this when I got them. So the problem with these shoes is I think they're dope, right? And I might just need to relace them or loosen up the laces or something. But there's one glaring issue with these shoes. Yeah, you see that? Every time you walk, it's making that noise. And that's quite annoying to me, to be walking to the copying machine and I hear this. Because I feel like everybody that, you know, I'm walking by, they hear me coming down the hallway with these shoes. And so that for me is just kind of annoying. And it's kind of weird, right? Because I guess as a sneaker guy, you want people to know that you have some cool shoes on, but I want them to look at them. I want eyes on the shoes. I don't want people to hear the shoes as I'm walking down the aisle. So unfortunately, because of that, I've probably only worn them. I used to wear my sneakers to work, but so I've probably only worn these 3 or 4 times. And so I think I might be able to fix them, but I actually had put these up for sale on the Facebook Marketplace recently, and they haven't sold yet. And that's a whole nother story. People are lowballing like a mug, but maybe I'll do a video about that whole process. So anyway, number 4. Number 5, we got these boys. Win Like 96, Jordan 11s. Now these shoes, again, this was at the tail end of the red hype wave that was going on a few years ago. And to me, it's actually a pretty dope shoe still. The only problem is, I think it's just a little too much with the red for me. Whenever I wear them, and I tried to get them off a few times. So I actually got these at Plato's Closet, maybe just like a month or so after they came out. And the background story I gave to these is that somebody's boyfriend pissed them off, and they gave it to Plato's Closet all alone, because a lot of these sizes, size 13s and Jordans were popping up around that time. They are still kind of fire. I love Jordan 11s. Even though this is not an OG colorway, I still think that it was a cool shoe. It's just a little too much with the red. Anytime I try to get them off, it just seems like the shoe stood out too much. And I guess that's kind of the point with the red shoe like this. So I don't know. What do you think? Should like, I mean, that's kind of the point, right? All right, so that was it. That's my video. That's my top 5 least worn shoes. Oh, and I forgot to say, with these, I definitely wore these more than any of the other shoes. I would say like 4 or 5 times. That's my top 5 least worn shoes. So what are your least worn shoes? Or do you have enough shoes for shoes I never worn list? Let me know. Comment on my list. Comment with your own least worn shoe list. Let me know what you guys are wearing. What are you thinking of the channel? Whatever. Like this video, comment, subscribe to the channel, do all that stuff that all YouTubers always say. And See you next time. Peace.